Kaz, have you heard the news? Have you heard what Andy Burnham said yesterday on GB News? He said he's not going to introduce a congestion charge. He's not going to introduce a charging clean air zone. What? Well, what's he been doing for 2-3 years? He's been trying to implement a charging clean air zone. And now he's looking down the lens of the camera and he's lying.
No, I won't have one. I said when I came in as mayor that I wouldn't have a congestion charge. And I'm also saying I won't have a charging clean air zone. As long as I'm mayor, no, I will not have a charging zone, either a congestion charge scheme or a clean air style scheme.
He never wanted to do it. This is not his fault. I'm going to clean up the air without charging anybody. But if you can do that now, why didn't you do that a couple of years ago? This is why politicians are not trusted. Because they lie. They twist the truth. They tell half-truths. They play with words. Instead of just being open and honest. And then if you're elected, at least you was elected because you was open and you're honest. Have a look at this headline from Manchester Evening News. He got caught out. He had to admit it was his idea to charge. The government didn't tell him to charge. It was his idea. What does all this mean? What's going on? It's obvious that Andy Burnham will not charge for the clean air zone now. He can't. He said it out loud on a news channel. He will not introduce a charging clean air zone. But what does that mean? That means his successor can. That means if he stands for election next year, he may not do a full term. I'm hearing rumours he's not going to stand for mayor again. I'm hearing rumours he's going to jump ship and get a safe seat as an MP and get back to Westminster and Parliament ready for Labour to take over. There's also another scenario here as well. What happens if Labour win the next election and he's forced to implement the clean air zone? He's forced by Labour government. You'll have no option. They made me do it. They're taking us to court. I don't want to do it. I'm on your side, but they're making me do it. There's also another option here. He may be gambling. He may be thinking, I'll stay as mayor of Greater Manchester because next year, if Labour don't win the next general election, Starmer's gone. Let me say that again. Starmer will be gone. Andy Burnham will have no black paint on him. He can say, I'll come and save you now, Labour. Give me a safe seat. 4 years in opposition. And then we'll win the next election. Look what I've done in Greater Manchester. I'm King of the North. Let me now be King of the UK. He may be gambling. The more I talk about this, the more it sounds that's probably his plan. Because Starmer doesn't want him in London. Starmer's people are always briefing against Andy Burnham. So maybe he's just biding his time. Just like he did when he came to Greater Manchester. He was biding his time for Jeremy Corbyn to mess up and leave. Because he didn't want to get tired with the same brush as Jeremy Corbyn. You may say lots of things about Andy Burnham, but he's not a stupid man. He knows what he's doing. May not work. And many of his policies I disagree with, but he's not stupid. Do not underestimate him. So, Kaz is not happening under his watch. I'd like to say it's down to me. Because I'm running as an independent. He's seen his shadow now and got scared and went, oh, I'm going to scrap that Kaz because of Nick Buckley. Nothing to do with me. I'll tell you who takes credit for this. It's the Facebook group, Rethink Greater Manchester Clean Air Zone. They're the ones who take credit for this. They made him suspend it in the first place. And their continual campaign has made him realise this is a hiding for nothingness. I don't want to be part of it anymore. So, Rethink Greater Manchester Clean Air Zone. I salute you. Well done. This is what grassroots activism can do. So don't tell me there's no point voting, there's no point doing anything. This country's finished, it's all set up. It's being run by the WEF. No, it's not. We can have the changes we want. All it takes enough people to want it and to agree with you. That's how we change things in this country. Make sure you vote. And if you like what I say, vote for me. See you next time.